course, they pummeled the #1 team in the nation, the Virginia Cavaliers, last night, 74-54. And here's the thing, right? I mean, we've seen some upsets over the years, you know, in all kinds of sports. But, you know, you would expect this type of a game against the #1 seed to maybe be a buzzer beater or something, right? Not this thing, 74-54.
And what's interesting about the final score, 20-point win for UMBC, is that they were actually supposed to lose by 20.
Yeah.
It became the second biggest betting shock since they moved the field to 64.
Right.
16 seeds, 0 for 135 all time. I mean, I don't know how you argue with those numbers. I mean, this is a historic win.
Right. And 16 seeds were 0-135, right?
Right.
Like I said, all time. Kudos to Dave, I don't know if it's Dave, but kudos to the coach Odom for the Retrievers, right? I still don't know anything about this team, I hate to say it, but I'm starting to learn a lot more about it. But Coach Odom, what was amazing was his composure after the game when they won. It was like nothing even happened to this guy when he was being interviewed. And I thought to myself, can you imagine if it was Dabo Sweeney pulling off a victory like this? I mean, what kind of crazy scene it would have been for the coach, but he kind of just took it matter-of-factly. And I like that because he knew at the same time how the Virginia kids were hurting, and he also knew what a devastating this loss was for Tony Bennett of Virginia. And he took the high road. He didn't just run all over. He didn't do a Jimmy Valvano running all over the court.
Right.
And I really appreciated that.
Yeah, and it seemed like he expected his team to perform well,
right,
and lose. I think when you see guys celebrating like crazy, you know, I'm not talking about the buzzer beaters necessarily. It's hard to control those emotions, but I'm talking about an upset like this that was really 40 minutes in the making.
Yeah,
I think the coach realized we knew we were going to do something. Maybe nobody else even knew where we were or believed in us, but I did, and so I'm not going to come out here shocked and bewildered because I've seen these guys play for the last 6 months, whatever time it is.
And I think that's the road that these guys should take. I mean, act like you've been there before, and that's what he did, right? And at the same time, I have to give a lot of credit to Tony Bennett. What class he had after that game when he was interviewed.
Right, and unfortunately, he doesn't really have any excuses either. He can't say, well, a couple bad foul calls. No, they lost by 20. And to be honest, this could have been worse because BC held the ball for almost the last 3 minutes of the game.
Right.
And then even when like they're just chucking up shots after fouls called or timeout or anything, they're still going in. I don't think anybody could have stopped UMBC last night. Just no way.
No. And they were hitting from all angles, weren't they?
Yeah, and Virginia just had no answer. They looked just shell-shocked and bewildered. They looked discombobulated. I'll tell you what, it ruined a lot of brackets.
It certainly did.
That is for sure.
Well, it ruined my bracket because I had, here I have to admit this now, I had Virginia going to the final game.